Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and the jungle survival. Today we're going to discuss which is the best first Victorinox Swiss Army knife for an average person for urban EDC. This is the Victorinox Tinker, a very popular model. Do you think this would make a good first Swiss Army knife? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll tell you my choice in this video. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the description or pinned comment. Thanks a lot. This is the Victorinox Tinker, a very popular Swiss Army knife. This is the basic version. It's also a version I believe MacGyver used in some of his escapades. But personally, even though this is really popular, I will not use this as a first choice for a Victorinox Swiss Army knife for an average person for urban EDC. I should probably define average person, and by that I just mean someone who doesn't have a specialized job in the trade or as a combat tactician who might need specialized tools. I'm just talking about a regular person going about their day, doing regular stuff. Maybe they need to cut open envelopes, packages, cable ties, just general utility stuff. So that's how I'm going to define an average person. And urban EDC, of course, that means not in the wild or the jungle. But first, let me begin by telling you which models I will not recommend as a first Swiss Army knife. I will not recommend one of the larger Swiss Army knives for a first urban EDC Swiss Army knife, and the reason is I think they're really big. These are the 111mm models. There's the two-handed blade version. There's also the one-hand blade version, and this has the double straight and serrated blade, and in both cases and for these models there is a liner lock. So that is pretty useful, but this is really very large, and for urban EDC I think this is too large for the average person, so I won't recommend that, even though these are great for outdoor use. A very popular range of Victorinox knives are the Alock versions, which have these metal finishes, and the wood versions as well. Now, even though these are really beautiful and highly functional as well, you can get various models with different tool sets, but I'll tell you why I would not get this or recommend this as a first Swiss Army knife. I want the individual to get the full experience of a Swiss Army knife, and that means getting to use the scale tools. With the Alock models and the wood versions, you do not have tools, and I think that robs them out of an important element of a Swiss Army knife, and that's why I won't recommend these versions. Since I mentioned getting the full experience of a Swiss Army knife, I think the one tool which is essential for a first-timer to experience is the pair of scissors. That's right, Victorinox has the best pair of scissors in any multi-tool, and I think it's important for a first-timer to experience that, to really experience a Swiss Army knife. Now, many models have the pair of scissors. The one I just opened is the compact. This is the climber. Remember earlier on I mentioned the Tinker, and I said it's not the first knife I would recommend. That's because it doesn't have the scissors, but if you get the Super Tinker, then you get a pair of scissors. It's exactly the same as the climber. The difference is the back tool, the corkscrew or the Phillips head screwdriver. And it really depends which one you want to get or you would recommend. I've discussed which is a more useful tool. You can check out that video in the link in the card above or the description below. So, scissors definitely important, scales tools are important as I mentioned, and in terms of which knife to get, I would get one of the smaller knives for a first timer. Now the Explorer, the Swiss Champ, all these are great knives, but they are much thicker, much heavier and more expensive. For someone investing in a knife for the very first time, I would go small. Something that they'll be comfortable carrying around in their pocket, has a basic tool set, but basically is enough for their everyday use. So one of these would be the compact as mentioned. Now the compact is different between the, let's say, the climber and this, and that's because it has what we call a combo tool. Now most standard Swiss Army knives will have two tools, and that would be these two flathead screwdrivers, which include a cap lifter and a can opener. However, the compact and some other versions have a streamlined two-in-one kind of tool, which is the combo tool. Now you can kind of debate which is more useful, but again, if you're looking for something compact, then this would definitely fit the bill. If you do not mind something thicker, then definitely the climber or the Super Tinker is the way to go. And of course, with this, you also get a small pen blade, so more functionality. I should mention the compact is more expensive, so that might be another reason why you might get the climber or the Super Tinker. It is less expensive than the compact. Now, in terms of the back tools for the Super Tinker and the climber, you get an awl and you also get a parcel hook. With the compact, you also get the parcel hook, but you also have a file, which is pretty neat, but you don't get the awl. I should mention also that the compact has a plus scale. What does that mean? Now, all Swiss Army knives with the Celador scales generally have two scale tools, the tweezers, the grey one, and the toothpick, the beige one. But plus scales have an additional tool, and that is a pen, which is very useful. Now, if you get corkscrew models, you can also fit in a micro driver. This comes with the compact, but for the climber, if you want it, you need to get it separately. Obviously, if you have the Phillips head screwdriver, then you can't put in a tool like that. So, those are my thoughts. A 91mm Swiss Army knife with about a 2 or 3 layer, but definitely including a pair of scissors, is the way I would go for a first-time Swiss Army knife owner. However, if someone prefers to have a small knife, like a keychain sized knife, then I would recommend this, the Rambler. The Rambler is actually a version of the Manager without the pen, but the Manager is discontinued. If you can get that, that's even better because you get this plus the pen. But now you can only get the Rambler, and if you get it, you do get scaled tools. So you get the toothpick, you get the tweezers, you get a main blade, you also get a file, but you also have the scissors. Of course, it's smaller, but as mentioned, you must have a pair of scissors for first-time Victorinox tool. And the great thing about the Rambler is you get this Phillips head driver, which has a cap lifter and wire stripper. So really good in a small package. So if someone really wants just a small tool on a keychain, this would be perfect. Now, if they don't mind something larger, but they don't want something this large, I would actually recommend this. And it's seldom seen, or really not seen as much. This is the Nail Clip 580. And basically, it's larger, as you can see, than the 58mm model. And it's got the blades, it's got a file, it's got a pair of scissors, but of course, it's got, as the name suggests, a nail clipper. And this can be really useful for an average person for urban EDC, and a reason to carry this knife. And of course, there are scale tools as well. So those are my choices for a Swiss Army knife for a first-time buyer. What do you think of these choices? Do you have any other alternate recommendations? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.